Hey YouTube, it's themthatgots back with another video review. This time I have with me my Marvel Legends Wave 4 Hitmonkey series Protector figure. This figure I expected to be my least favorite figure of the wave. It actually isn't. I actually really like this figure. The reason I thought that I wasn't going to like it that much is basically because the paint apps are really basic, black and white with a little bit of red here and there, which is kind of boring. There's no real kind of paint shading or any detail definition like that. The other thing is I usually hate this buck, but Hasbro's kind of fixed some things on it that I don't like. So let's take a look at the figure here. It actually does have a really nice head sculpt. Let's get the gun out of the way. He does have a really nice head sculpt. I like the silver eyes on it, and it has a nice expression there. Like you can see his ear underneath the sculpt. It's got these nice little kind of fins sculpted up here. I do like that the paint is very solid. Like I said, there's not a lot of paint work, but what is there is really nice paint work. There's no bleeding on the edges at all. Everything's nice and solid. The paint's not missing anywhere. It's just an all-around pretty great looking figure. One of the reasons why I ended up liking this a lot more than I thought is that it has this nice pearlized sheen over the entire figure, which really helps to bring out some detail. In some low lights you can still get a nice shine off of it. The other thing is, in every review that I've seen of this so far, and a lot of pictures that I've seen, the belt is up like on his belly, and that's how it comes in the package. The thing with the Hasbro belts, a lot of people said you couldn't pull it down here, but you can. It's actually really easy, and I've done it. So that's where his belt's supposed to be. So when you get this figure, go ahead and just pull that belt down, and the figure will look 10 times better. If you need to heat it up to get it to stretch out a little bit to pull it down, then do that. I didn't have to heat it up at all for this. I just pulled it down and it stayed there, and it looks nice. It would be nice if Hasbro would just put them on and glue them in place. I think that would be nice. A lot of people might hate that actually, but another great thing about this, which is one of the main reasons I hated this sculpt, was that it used to have these gigantic feet on it. Just absolutely huge feet, and the calves and everything were really boxy. The top of this sculpt is still a little boxy if you look at his arms and stuff, but the new legs help me like this sculpt a lot more. And I do love these feet with that new ankle rocker. The feet are nicely proportioned, nicely sculpted. They just look good. One of the other things I hated about this buck too is that it has this ratchet joint here, which I don't really like ratchet joints. But the thing about it, which they fixed a little bit, is, I mean, it still kind of has it. If you have it in this position, he's leaning forward way too much, and then if you ratchet it one more point back, he's leaning way back. So that's always bugged me. There's no in between those 2 points. You can't get them just like straight up like that. He's always leaning back or leaning forward, but it doesn't look as bad anymore as it used to with the early Hasbro figures like Quicksilver and Guardian. But yeah, this is a nice figure. So let's get into some articulation. He's got the ball disc, so the head goes up and down quite a ways, and left and right. He has what I've heard called the butterfly joint here that I like a lot. You can move his arm back and forward. I like this because I move his arm back and get him looking like he's pulling that gun out of the holster. It's a nice little pose for him. He's got a good ball joint there at the shoulder. Big range of motion. He's got the bicep swivel. Double jointed elbows. He does not have a cut at the top of the glove. The glove is actually not sculpted on. It's a different piece that they've sculpted and then laid on top of there. But he does have a nice wrist swivel, and it goes in and out quite a ways, which is nice. He does have that ab articulation I've already gone over. It does have a nice range, though. I just don't care for the ratcheting that's in it. He's got the waist swivel that isn't hindered by the belt if you have the belt in the right position. He does have a Y crotch on a really tight ball joint but it works out pretty well. Get it back there. You do have to work a little bit to get that to move. And he's got the double jointed knees. And then he's got the new ankle articulation that goes back and forth and has the really nice ankle rocker. He does have the same guns that come with Phantom X. He has 2 of them. They do fit nicely in the holsters. The holsters do look kind of big and awkward when the guns aren't in them. But you can put it in his hand here. And if you put it in like that, he does point the gun down. When he's pointing the gun straight, it leans down. So what you need to do is take the thumb and pop it over the little piece that's extending out of the back of the gun. And it's still not perfect, but it definitely helps. There we go. So that way he's holding the gun straighter than if you don't do that. But overall, he's a nice figure. That's it for my review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please rate, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later.